Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another marketing strategy class. I feel very happy to bring a very good international brand called Trek from the bicycle world. It was founded, it is an American brand. It was founded in 1976 in Wisconsin, US, which is very famously known as Waterloo. So if you buy a Trek cycle, you will see the sticker which mentions, manufactured in Wisconsin, Waterloo. The brand is present in 120 plus countries. They are having 5,000 independent dealers. They entered into India since more than a decade. They are selling 32,000 units per annum in India, which is 0.2% of the total bicycles sold in India. It's a premium brand, but before we go for the challenges and opportunity for the brand in a country like India, which is an emerging market, we will see the competitive landscape and the segmentation of the cycle brands. Now, if you look at the segment, I have divided this discussion into three parts. Segment, key competitors, competitive positioning. So if you look at the segment, we have got four segments: mass and commuter. Second is fitness and recreational. Third is premium performance, and fourth one is e-bikes. Now, if you look at mass and commuter, the key competitors in a country like India is Hero Cycles, Atlas, Avon, ESA. They are very famous and popular brands, all of us know, isn't it? Then, what are their competitive positioning? They are basically looking at volume and affordability, because looking at our GDP per capita, they are targeting the segment. Now, if you look at fitness and recreational, we have got brands like Firefox, Mantra, and Starcane. What is their competitive positioning is basically mid-tier pricing with some kind of better facility as compared to these popular mass brands. Now, if you come to our brand Trek lies here, which is premium performance. In this case, what happens? We have got brands like Trek, Giant, Cannondale, Specialized, Pulmago, Scott. And what are these brands are famous for? These brands are famous for the brand identity, brand image, and performance benefits. So they are basically brand and performance focused as far as their competitive positioning goes as compared to other categories. Now, if you come to e-bikes, so we have got brands from Decathlon, Trek, and other local manufacturers. Their focus is basically because we are moving towards the e-technologies, e-platforms. So they're looking at good infrastructure and growth as a competitive position. Not everybody can go into that zone because you need to have your infrastructure in place. Now, what are the strategic challenges for a brand like this? Because as we have seen, let me wipe this out so that we can write a little more and we can have a better discussion on these brands. Now, if you look at the categories of bicycles, if you talk about Trek, I can do a small segmentation here so that you will be able to understand. Now, if I talk about Trek, they have got hybrid bikes, they have got road bikes, they have got MTB, and they have got basically hybrid bikes are also known as city bikes, the city commuting bikes. Now, if you look at Trek, as I was talking about, they have got aluminum brand and they have got carbon brands. So hybrid is basically city bikes. Anybody can use it. And how to identify a hybrid bike? It has got a straight handle, and the wheels will be medium, 30 to 30 size. But if you look at MTB, they will be having a wheel size of 45, or like above. So thick wheels. So they are basically for tough terrains. Mountain challenges and rough roads, so off-road biking. But if you talk about road bikes are very popular and stylish. And if you talk about Trek has got aluminum variant, which is little cheaper, economical, but still, it can start from 1.5 lakhs plus. And if you look at carbon bikes, this starts from 3 lakh plus. And what is the benefit? What is the difference between this? Aluminum is normally they say it's durable, but carbon is very, very durable. And anybody who's looking at performance, speed, timing, they should go for carbon. Anybody who's looking for commuting and mid-use, not for racing and the group riding, then you can go for aluminums also. Right? This is economical and cheaper as compared to those bikes. Now looking at the per capita income, 3 lakh is not a joke. I mean, you need a good amount of money to buy, because in 3 lakh you can buy 3 bikes or 4 scooties. So it's not economical, obviously. So now we will have a discussion, how this brand can penetrate into the market. This American brand already present more than a decade in a country like India. Are they doing well? They are only having 0.2% market share. Can they do well? So we will see all this, and we will bring our models. How a customer in a country like India takes decision before buying a cycle. We will see that. So we will bring some of the models like stimulus response model, and we will bring also effective CD grade. We'll see that. Okay. So if you talk about road bike, they are having some of the variants. Let me just give you a brief note on the variants they are having. If you go to the trade product portfolio, as we have seen beforehand, before starting the case, we have seen the website, and we had a discussion, pre-briefing of the case. Now, what they are having one brand called Domane, then another brand they have got Madone, and then they have got Emonda. So these are the brands they are having road bike. What is Domane? Domane is basically upright and very comfortable. This is taken not only by the racers, but also people who are very comfortable. So what is Madone? Madone is more aerodynamic, more faster, and these are all race bikes. Right? So if you ask me indirectly, who are the age group? Which are the age group which take Madone and this? It depends on your fitness. Right? But if you ask me, younger generation will go for Madone because it's absolutely aerodynamic, so your back has to bend. So 25, 20, 30 will go for this category. If you are 40 above, if you ask me as a cyclist, I will prescribe Domane, because Domane is not only faster but also pretty competitive with this. And these both go hand in hand. But this will be a little more aerodynamic, where you have to bend a little more. So if you are not comfortable in bending, it might create a problem. But this is very comfortable. And so if you are going for quick racing, Madone is the one. But if you are going for 200, 300, 400, 500 kilometer, Domane is the brand. This is very comfortable. This is my personal experience I am sharing in an official class, because I am a professional cyclist. So this is for endurance, 300, 400, 500 kilometer. After that also you will feel very comfortable. Your back and every muscles will say thank you to you. But this one is also comfortable, but after 100 kilometers you might not feel that comfortable, which comfort you will get from Domane. That's a basic difference. And Emonda in between, is in between Domane and Madone. Emonda is also little racy. So if you want to do racing, these are the thing. If you want to do endurance bike and racing both, then Domane is the brand. So they have got carbon version, aluminum version. They have got generation 4, generation 3, and here also they have got SL5, SL6, SL7, SLR6, SLR7. So they have got different varieties to the portfolio. So this is basically overall information about Trek as a brand. Now, if you look at the strategic challenges, because the price is too high, and if you look at the Indian income pattern, it's not very easy to take a decision. So because it's rightly said premium and performance oriented biking. So one of the challenges they have the market entry and retail expansion. How to expand, how to penetrate into the market for better market share and more volumes is a challenge for them, right? If you look at digital and operational readiness, this is also one of the challenges the brand is facing. Not only this brand, every brand in every sector. Because if you are not present in e-com and digital platforms, it's very difficult to reach Gen Z and other customers in today's world. Because everybody is busy with cell phones and social media. So what kind of activities do they have? A very good social media presence. They have got a very good community also, Trek community. I'm a Trek owner, cycle owner, so I am involved in a lot of communities. Like we have Strava, we have got different trek communities. So where you can go and ask questions, interact with fellow bikers, and you can share each other's information. Information about saddle. Saddle is basically the seat. If there is a pain on your back and there's why it is happening, who is responsible, which part of the cycle should be changed and modified, and all those things. So, so this is one. And the third one is the issue is the price part. Price is a huge consideration because premium brands, multinational brands cannot straight away go for discounts. Because if you give discounts, then what will happen? Your brand equity will go down. These are some of the challenges the company is facing. We will see. And more than this marketing strategy aspect, we will come to the other side of the story. Because the question is what Trade can do to improve their sales, but the other side is very important. Side is the customer. How customer sees these brands. So what we'll do now, we will bring our models, conceptual models, to see both each other's perspective, and then finally we will wrap up the course by giving some of the recommendations and suggestions to the brand to operate successfully in a country like India, right? So, is it clear till now?
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay. So, what are the models we are bringing in consumer behavior? First one is stimulus response model. Then we are bringing FCD grids. Then we are bringing Lagrange Steno model, and then we are concluding with IDA. IDA, all of you know, attention, interest, desire, and action. Right? So we'll see how companies should do. They should do their promotions, which will capture the attention of the customers. Then interest should be there, and then arousal of desire, and finally action. They're doing their bit. They're doing a lot of competitions whereby they're promoting their cycles and brands. They're bringing communities together like Harley Davidson and Royal Enfield and all these premium brands do. They're also doing it, and their initiatives through their dealerships are also fabulous. Because I have purchased a cycle and I know what kind of support they're giving through dealerships. It's fabulous. Availability of spare parts is an issue. But I think till now I have not faced any issue. But for premium, all these things, I think these are multinational brands, so they must be having backup stocks and inventory levels. So we'll see. So in stimulus response model, what happens? There is a stimulus, there is a process, and there is a response. So as we have already discussed these models number of times in different cases, so we will keep this discussion very short, so that we'll have just crisp look through this model for the brand trick, right? So in stimulus, what happens? We have got marketing stimulus, and then we have got environmental stimulus. What is marketing stimulus? In case of product, it is 40. In case of service, it is 70. But we are talking about trade. So trade is a product, tangible one. So this is product mix, price mix, promotion mix, and distribution mix. And in the environmental case, we have got the political, economical, social, and technological. How this is very important. Now you see, the relationship between India and US is not great. US is levying a lot of tariffs. So the cost of the cycle, because it is imported still, it is not manufactured in India. So when you are importing, like tariff, due to tariff, it might go up the price. So already they are pricing, and on the top of that, due to tariff, if the price goes up, customer might not be very happy to pay. So company will be going to have a tough time. So this is how political, economical, social, and technological factors decide. If there is a global recession because of these wars and whatever tariff and a lot of geopolitical disturbances, if the income level of people will go down, then obviously people will not go for these costly performance and premium cycles. So they will resort to more popular mass brands. Because why somebody will pay 3 lakhs? Why not somebody will spend 40,000 rupees and buy a bicycle for the time being? Because the economic situation is not great. So this has a tremendous impact. But anyway, those who are professional cyclists, they will go for it because of the social image and the technological sophistication these brands are having. Because when you drive these bikes as a cyclist, I mean you know exactly what happens and how it goes, how far it goes, and how comfortable it is for your journey, right? So you are ready to pay the premium price. So now, product is fantastic, and we had a discussion of the different products they are having. Pricing is premium, obviously, they are premium brands. Then they have promotions. Promotions, they do a lot of offline and online events to promote all these things in their target audience, the cyclists or the prospective cyclists, and obviously the distribution. They have got a good distribution network, so you will not feel unhappy if you are looking at Trek as a brand. There are a lot of third parties who are selling bumps on the saddle and all those these platforms are there. So you can directly buy your bicycle directly through a Trek dealer, or you can go to the website and straight away do the order through the dealer, because they normally take the dealer with them. That's a good thing. They incentivize them, they promote them. That's a good thing rather than going direct. Right? So now this will have an impact on your process. So when you talk about process, we have got one, consumer decision making process, how customers take decision, and then you have got the psychological factors through which you take decisions. Okay? For example, how do you learn about the brand? Okay? How do you learn about the brand? What is your perception? Now, what company does and how your perception as a customer changes towards the brand. Learning, perception, motivation. What motivates you to go for this brand? When I go for the brand, what motivated me? Because I talk to many people and many champions and many champion team and many people use Trek. They are one of the biggest brand in the world. So that is one of the reasons, and looks are very good. Manufacturing is superb. I mean, fabulous technology. So that's the reason I've gone for Trek. And if you ask me, though it is a premium pricing, but still, if you look at a brand like Polnago and others, the brand is very competitively priced. So you not feel like paying a heavy price, but though having said that, still the price is quite high, not for everybody. So so these things will be going to affect your consumer decision making. And what is the consumer decision making platforms? So first is recognition of a need, then evaluation of alternatives, then you have got selection of alternative, and then you go for purchase. And then in case of response, where to buy, online, offline, how much to buy, will you go for one cycle or will you go for one aluminum, one carbon, and then what is the process through EMI and all these things, finance options are available, right? Insurance for these bikes are very, very important. Now companies are trying to give this insurance, because when you are buying a 5 lakh rupee cycle, there has to be insurance. Because when you buy a simple bike of 50,000 rupees, 1,000 insurance companies are running after you. But while purchasing this, the insurance is not very popular in India now for cycles. But through this case, through these recordings, we can request insurance companies to come forward and help the customers to have a mental hassle-free ride. Those are very costly cycles. If something is broken, then it's a pain for the rider. So I think they can come forward. This is a great opportunity for all insurance companies to come and support the riders. And if these brands can have better tie-up, official tie-up with all these insurance companies, I think this will motivate customers to buy more and more. The customers don't buy sometimes because the insurance facility is not available and the bikes are very, very costly to maintain. If something goes wrong, then it's very difficult for the rider. So this is basically the stimulus response model. Now what we will do is that we will see this recognition of need and this through luggage and step model, how customers graduate to have this, and how brands approach this graduation through the luggage and step model and FCD grid. So let me take it out and then we will go for FCD grid. What is FCD grid? This is called Fute Kone Weld grid. Very simple 2 into 2 dimensional matrix. Here what we do, this is high involvement, low involvement, thinking and feeling. Now what happens? Trick. Where it will fall? You tell me. It's high involvement, obviously, it's high cost. Thinking or feeling? Obviously, so this will come here. Because the moment you will start thinking, rationalizing things, you will not buy. Because spending 5 lakh, 6 lakh for a cycle is not a joke in any country. not only in India. You go to any developed country, spending 5 lakh rupee is not a joke for a cycle. So if you are going for that, it means you are highly involved and you are taking decision from your heart feeling. Until unless you go to the feeling zone, it's very difficult. Now, for example, 20,000 cycle. Where did it come? High involvement, thinking. Right? So you have understood this shift. Now, so the company, that is the reason the company always go for thinking platform, feeling platform. So what is feeling platform? They normally use community to spread the feeling. Because when you mingle with fellow riders, the community riders, you feel the association with the brand, right? So this is FCB Green. Now, if you look at the other model which we talked about, that is Lavis and Stedham model. And what is this model? This is called hierarchy of effects model. And here what happens, this is how a consumer graduates. So when a company does advertising or any kind of promotional activities, they normally take customers through this route. And what is this route? This is information, knowledge, liking, preference, conviction, and then action. Right? So what happens here? For example, I want to buy a cycle, or you want to buy a cycle. So what will happen? You are in a premium category. So you will consider brands like Drake, Cannondale, you have got Scott, you have got Willy, and goes on. The list goes on. And then what will happen? When you reach the next stage, you have done sufficient research online and offline. You have talked to fellow riders. You have gone online to do research. And after that, you come to know, no, I will go with Drake, Cannondale, and Polago. 3. So from 5, 6, 7, you have come to 3. Then again, you start liking Drake, and suppose Polago. And then here you decided, no, Polago is too pricey, and I'm not going for a serious racing, so I should go for Drake. And then here also you decided that, because I'm above a certain age, then you should go for Drake Dumani, because it's little comfortable on your back and it is useful for endurance riding rather than fast sprint, because you are not anymore participating. Because in India, I assume after 40 you are not allowed to participate in competitive cycling on national level or international. So you will go for the final one, that is Drake. Right? So what we did in today's session, we talked about a brand called Drake. It's a premium cycle from the American brand. Started in 1976, and see how they have taken the journey. And then we have seen the brand in detail. We have a competitive segment in consideration. Then we talked about what are the challenges they are facing. High price is one of the issues. Second one is the offline and online activities they should do to stay in competition. Third is competition, and fourth is the popular local brands. They are also coming up with all these premium cycles. And then we talked about XCD3, we talked about stimulus response model, and we talked about leverage and model. Right? So now, before ending, now the issue is, what is your recommendation for Trek as a brand to grow in a country like India? So what is the first recommendation?
So first, we should add something like a stand. Parking is a major issue.
So first one is the parking, because we cannot build roads, but at least parking should be there for safety and all those things. So some kind of awareness should be created by the brand regarding parking. For example, if you are selling all your products, so some parking bays can be provided in schools and colleges and universities and public places. So that suppose you are a cyclist or I am a cyclist, I want to park it, because in road bike we don't have stands. So we have to park somewhere. So we need a parking stand, public parking stand, so that you can put that, you can chain it, or you can have your safety measures. So this is one. Second is, the company should provide insurance facilities then and there to all customers who are buying. Even if you are spending 1 lakh rupees, it's not a joke. It's more than $1,500. So it's not a joke. It's quite a pricey affair. So if you don't provide insurance to a person who is buying a 5 lakh or 10 lakh rupee cycle, then I think I think this will demotivate a lot of customers to buy these premium cycles. And third one is what? The repair and maintenance facility, the service facilities. It's very, very important. So I think they should work more aggressively with their dealers to help proactively the customers, so that rather than customer coming here, they can provide home service, and so that customers will feel happy, because spending 10 lakh rupees is not a joke, 5 lakh rupees is not a joke. It's pricier everywhere, not only in India, and India is no report to any country, but this is what 3. And what is the 4th one? They should have more designs, product portfolio for a wider audience, isn't it? They can have more platforms, and they can have little bit of more price points also, to give flexibility to the customers to take decisions, isn't it? So
the sub-brand or affordable range.
oh yes, they can have like some of the, like as you're rightly saying, sub-brands they can have. Or they can have particular brand which is meant for a little bit of mass premium without compromising the brand equity of the brand. Right? We can say affordable premium, little bit of affordable, so that people will graduate from there to the other one. Anyway, they are doing it with the aluminum cycles, right? Okay, so we will stop here.
Yes.
I think we have gone through the brand and we had a discussion. And I wish you all the best to all of you to buy a cycle. Choose your brand of your choice, and do cycling. Cycling is not only good for health but also good for environment and society. It keeps you mentally free also. Okay, we'll stop here. Thank you very much.
Thank you.